There is many things I could tell you about Robert Paul. The reason why I'm highlighting him is because he is another connection to Jack the Ripper, and also once again I did find out about him through the House of Lechmere and Edward Stoll's YouTube channel. So I am not going to link his video physically in this video this time around, because I think I've did that satisfactorily enough in my previous videos, and that was more because of the fact that I couldn't show you the physical footage, and that which was why I linked him. But if you want to know more about Robert Paul and the whole thing that he was associated with, go and watch Edward's video on that at the House of Lechmere YouTube channel. But the main thing I can tell you, courtesy of like Wikipedia and the jacktheripper.org website, is he was witness at around 3:45 a.m. on the morning of August 31st, 1888. Robert was walking along Bucks Row when a man approached him and asked to come and look at a woman who was lying in the gateway. Given the rudeness of the location, Paul was a little apprehensive at first, but he went over and saw the body of Mary Nichols. Later that day, he told a reporter of his experience that morning. His inquest testimony. Robert Carman said that he lived at 30 Foster Street, I think it's pronounced, guys, Whitechapel. On the morning of the crime, he left home at just before 3:45. He was passing up Bucks Row and saw a man standing in the middle of the road. The man touched him on the shoulder and said, "Come and look at this woman here." He went and saw the woman lying across the gangway. He felt her hands and face. They were both cold. The morning was very dark. The other man and he agreed that the best thing to be done was to tell the first policeman they met. He arranged the clothes as well as he could, and he put his hands on the woman's breast to feel a slight breath, such as one was no, and that, as the child was at least 2 or 3 months old. He saw no one running away, nor did he notice anyone that was of a suspect nature. And the reason why House of Lechmere has highlighted Robert Paul on this, was he possibly a suspect? Well, and there's also a Lechmere connection. The man that pulled him over to show him Mary Nichols was actually Charles Lechmere, or although at the time he was muddling his surname with Robert Cross. And that. Thank you very much, guys. Hey guys, since we're kind of here on a Jack the Ripper connection, and since we are literally walking by, how about we just go and have a quick look at Mary Kelly's grave, since she's literally on the way. Yeah, this little marker with a football is often a good marker for her. There you go, guys. Headstone's in good working order, I see, at least. Although she could do with a bit of a trim around here. So yeah, as you can see, she's pretty easy to find in this cemetery. But let's go and find Robert Paul. Well, at least the location of where he would be, of course. Okay guys, now this is my chatty time, I suppose you'd call it. You've seen me come all the way up there and up here. Now as you could probably have guessed when I mentioned that last comment, yes, after a lot of digging around through first the City of London's records, and a big thanks to Edward at the House of Lechmere, because without him I didn't even know the year that he died, let alone how old he was, etc, etc. And it was him who had the breakthrough that his children went to a Catholic school. So we had a hunch, wait a minute, he could have been Catholic, so he could have been buried in a Catholic cemetery. And lo and behold, thanks to that, I was able to ring up here and find this. Now, here, so I'm going to show you this, and now I'm going to turn the camera around. Basically, the fortunate thing for me is, I'm not going to go into the details of it because of course that's private to me, but I know this cemetery quite well. One, because I've been here for Mary Kelly, but more importantly, I actually have relatives that are buried in the cemetery, so I know the geography of this. Now, we've lined it all up. It definitely is Robert Paul that was the witness to Mary Ann Nichols' murder. At least I think it was Mary Ann Nichols. I'll have to double check that. Always the way with me. But you've probably heard that at the beginning of this video, I might add. And if we double checked it with his address and it all tallies, well, as you can imagine, the reason why we can't go and find a specific grave for him is because he was buried in what Catholics actually call our public graves. And from the map that I will insert either here or at the end of this video, the area, because like I said, I told you I know this cemetery, and also going it from the area of where my relatives are buried, I was able to line it up with the map, and basically it was a public grave that very similar to, funny enough, to Manor Park where the Bethnal Green tube disasters are. It's been built up and repurposed as for private burials. Now, going on the geography of the map that I would have inserted of the different sections, as you can see there's different sections, they all have names. They're named after Catholic saints. This not only fits the bill where it is geography wise, but more importantly, as they said, it was built up. Now, I am fully aware that those have been built up on a hill, but just looking at of where it is lining up with the scenes, I think this section, which I think is known as St. Bartholomew, I think it's that, you'll be able to see it on the map, but basically this is that section as far as I can tell. If it's not this section, it might be the one at the back, but I'm pretty certain it is this one. It's annoying that these sections that do have names don't have actual markers with the names. So yeah, I mean, it's never fun going to a communal grave because of course there's not an actual grave to actually show you, but this is the final resting place of Robert Paul. So thank you very much, guys, from me, Sharona, and thank you, Edward, from the House of Lechmere. Take care. Bye bye.